you're watching us on a replay, welcome to this Easy Chat Live, and please pop in the comments where you're watching us from, and if you're a replay or a live viewer. So I am very excited today, and I'm always very excited, but today is a little bit extra special because myself and my wonderful guest, Maila Zahid, we were friends for so long and we never spoke. And this is the first time we're meeting face to face. Hi, Maila. I'm so happy to have you here. This is brilliant. We've even collaborated. Maila created a training for my course and we have so much together. We talk very often, and this is amazing power of the internet to be able to just connect and see each other, and this is brilliant. I'm like really excited and overwhelmed even a little bit, because it's like I just want to just kind of like go through this screen and just sit down with her on that couch there, because and maybe she can then cook me a lovely meal. Right. Hi Sharon. Hi Bill. Well, we are going to just jump into it. For those of you who is watching this outside my page, my name is Juliette Stapleton. I'm an organic marketing strategist, and this is the interview series where I am bringing some amazing entrepreneurs to talk about their story, talk about what they do, talk about what it takes to become successful online. And today, I'm going to start. This story is going to be interesting, guys. So, Maila, tell me a little bit in a few words about your past, where you're from, your life story in short, and your journey as an entrepreneur.
Okay. I don't know what's up. Maybe it's from your side or mine, but you kind of freeze in between the video and the voice. So if you can just, let the commenters.
All right. Okay. Well, guys, look, we are online, so the internet in some places is a little bit dodgy. I was asking you to just talk about yourself. Talk about yourself, whatever you.
Okay. Cool now.
Yeah. Great.
Okay. Got it. So, okay, I'm basically from Pakistan, but when I was 5, my family and we moved all the way to Ghana, which is in West Africa. So I stayed there for about, you could say, 15 years until I was 20. So for 15 years, I lived in Africa and I grew up there. I learned the language, I learned the culture, went to school, completed my education. So during that time when I was there, and I was 18, so I had just, completed my education and I had a lot of free time. So I was thinking what to do with all this free time. I had, some months of vacation, and, the internet, how it is, it got me, pulled in, and I would just read content, visit websites, and read all the cool stuff. And, I wanted to be a journalist before, like already that was in my plan. But when I saw how easy it was to get published online, I ditched my journalism idea and straight on started to, write content online. So I got into writing articles and that kind of stuff. I don't know if you know this website, Hub Pages. It was very popular back then, like a way to find content. And I would just publish and I would get, feedback and comments and people loving my stuff. So I decided maybe I can make some money out of this. And I started working with an agency as an SEO writer. So I would create SEO content for websites. And that was kind of a very boring job at first because I didn't really enjoy the topics I was writing about. So in just a few months, I left that job, and by the way, they were paying me $1 for one article at that time. That was like 7 years ago.
Wow. Now
they were completely ripping me off, all my hard work, and they would just give me $1.
And that's probably only because where you were based.
$400 in the first month, and so basically, I had to write like 400 articles to earn that $400.
Crazy.
And at the end, I was so exhausted. I was so burned out. So I left that job and I decided to search for something better. And at that time there was online magazine, there was parts of a woman. So they hired me and they were paying much better. They were paying like $10 for an article. So I stayed there for some months. Then I moved on to, different websites and I got started with Fiverr and with Upwork. And, the bigger clients started coming in. I could actually, demand higher prices. So I did this for quite some time until this year, summer of this year, I finally decided to, leap and build my own business. So I took the jump. I started my own business and now I build chatbots for other businesses and I do, a bit of marketing in between sales funnels, then helping them, build authority and helping them to get clients. So now that's what I do.
This is amazing because 2017 turned out to be such a massive year for people starting their online businesses and actually doing very well very quick. I'm talking for myself. I'm seeing what Maila is doing as well, and it's amazing because there's this great energy. And guys, we only have 3 weeks left, but take advantage of this energy. Next year is promising as well. But I'm so glad that actually you turned into messenger bots because you're very, very good at the whole understanding how it works. Before we go into it, and I know that messenger bots is not a new thing now, it was a new thing 2 years ago, but now it's sort of like something that you really need to have, guys. So let's just start with what are messenger chatbots.
Okay, so lots of people have lots of definition, but I like to keep things very simple. And my definition for chatbots is that they're an interactive software that can communicate with users using text, images, and links. So it's just a software at its core, but that it communicates with your users. So that's what I would say a chatbot is.
Perfect. Guys, actually, that's interesting. If you're using currently chatbots on your page, on your business page, that's the only place where we can use it. Please pop in the comments, put 1 in the comment. 1 if you're using and 0 if you're not using. And we will see, how our audience is, are they clued in on it or not. What in your opinion then is the advantage of having a messenger bot over just a message me button on your page?
Right. So for many consumers nowadays, they expect a business to be online 24/7. That's what they want. They want you to be always there, always to give them, the answer to the questions and, to guide them. So if a business is not online 24/7, then you potentially lose a lot of sales. People would go to, your competitors instead. So when you have a messenger chat bot, you can have it do many things. You can have it do customer service, or you can have it guide users to the different products or services that you offer. And you can also basically have your whole sales funnel inside the chatbot itself. So it's not like when they use the chatbot once, they're going to go away. No, your chatbot can go ahead and keep on nurturing them with valuable content so they keep coming back. And Juliette, as you know, the organic reach of Facebook and, pages and groups has gone down so much. And the only way to actually keep the engagement high and to keep people checking out your content is by using a chatbot. Because essentially you can use a chatbot to with Facebook ads. That's like a paid thing, but that's another step. But with organic Facebook marketing, you can use the chatbot with a post. So when anyone comments under that post, they get a message from the chatbot related to whatever it is that you mentioned in the post. So essentially, it's like email marketing, but it's more interactive, and it's like website, but then again, it's more interactive.
And it's very interesting, guys, this point that Maila just made about, creating your organic engagement. Yes, organic engagement is all about conversation, but what the messenger bots have, and this is amazing, this comment to messenger bot is an amazing feature. It's even available in some free accounts. ManyChat, I know, allows you one keyword. So for example, you have your lead magnet and you can just create a keyword that will will sign people up for them to get the lead magnet. But that doesn't stop there. It's like with the emails, that doesn't stop there. Then they're signed into your sequence. So, obviously you can give them an option to stop at any time, but that gives you an option as well to send them some messages. And if you, unlike emails, I think that you need to be a little bit more like real in, like speak like you would be speaking to a person, because, and also like we're on the phones here, so you can't send 10 pages long email, like in the email, 10 pages long content. But it's actually like, I see people taking advantage of that so much. Courses, you can send courses, you can send your tips, give you 20 tips on this and this and this. But that creates more and more of the know, like, and trust factor, This is something that I am just introducing from next week. Anyone who wants to sign up to our easy chats, I want them to be able, I want to do a broadcast before that, and then people can jump onto the easy chat, because we're bringing amazing people like Maila here. So this is very interesting. In terms of business types, like do messenger bots suit particular business types, or would it be for everyone? What do you think?
Okay. So I think anyone who has an audience on Facebook, they want to grow that audience, they want to communicate more effectively, and maybe potentially run Facebook ads in the future. Then for such a business, a messenger bot is ideal. It's a very great way to keep, the conversation going. It's very great to keep the engagement going. And since I keep on mentioning Facebook ads with the bot, because it gives you a much better ROI at the end. When you use a bot with a Facebook ad, unlike sending them to a landing page where they may or they may not convert, with a Facebook Messenger bot through the ad, they will go directly to the bot, and the bot will give them whatever it is that you mentioned in the ad, whether it's, a cheat sheet, a freebie, a coupon, whatever it is. So I would say any type of business can use a messenger chatbot.
One more thing I want to mention, guys, what's interesting about messenger bots, that whichever way you are subscribing a person to your sequences, whether it's maybe a comment to message or with a direct link, you actually are getting their email address. That's the email address that they use to sign up into for their Facebook account. So in a way, you are growing your own list as well as, you're creating that traffic that you own after that as well. So this is so many layers to it that are important. Now, one question off the top of my head: would you then completely give up email marketing, or would you keep email marketing and do messenger bots marketing at the same time? What is more efficient?
Okay, right. So ideally, you should be doing both, but that depends. If your business is not seeing any kind of ROI with emails, you're not seeing any good conversions or any of that kind of stuff, then yes, you can put email to one side for the time being and focus on Messenger. But if your email ROI is also a bit good, then you can use both. Like for some industries, email is very saturated for them, so they may not see any kind of great results. So they can actually double their efforts on Messenger. And, like you said, you can get the email addresses. So potentially for future, once they've heard of you, they know you, the know, like, and trust factor, you can then, start with email as well. And because the formats are different, the way you would communicate over email is different than you would communicate over chatbot. So it depends. Is your message better suited to email or to chatbots? You could use both. But then if you want to go with one, I would suggest Facebook Messenger chatbots, because you can get the email for later on. But for a quick return on investment, you can quickly build your list. For example, I just launched my business in October. That's when I launched it properly with my website and everything. And I don't have a blog yet, so I don't have any content up on my website. I just created this one lead magnet, and it was about chatbots. And that lead magnet brought me over 200 subscribers in just 1 week. So in 1 week, I was able to get 200 subscribers to my chatbot. And the reason was because it was so easy for them to sign up, unlike going to a landing page where they have to put in their name and then their email address, and they have to go to the inbox. With a chatbot, it's just one click and boom, they get, the freebie. So it's very easier for them and it's easier for me as a business owner as well because I am able to concentrate now on one thing and later down the road, if I come up with some type of products that I feel need a lot of, nurturing and longer messages, then I would try email as well down the road.
This is interesting because I signed up to one of those sequences. I don't remember what exactly it was, but what was interesting about it is that while they were sending me messages, one of the messages offered me a download of another document. Now, what Maya just said, I already signed up to them without filling the form, without, checking my email. So in marketing, in online marketing, the less clicks you get, the more conversions you get. Ryanair, the budget airline Ryanair, when they redesigned their website a couple of years ago and they reduced the amount of clicks to order, to buy a ticket online, their sales went up just like this. It was crazy the profit they made just by eliminating these extra clicks, because every page people can just, stop. What you need to get them while they're hot, and messenger bots are brilliant for that. However, what I was going to say is that one of the messages was about some other download, and the wording I really liked. It was, what is the best email address to send it to? And that's how they got me more or less opting in to their email sequence. So after that, they can send me emails because I gave them my email address. And so there is a couple of ways to do that, and it's very interesting. Just in terms of maybe you can give some golden nuggets here about the best practices that businesses can implement with their messenger bots.
For sure. So just like email, when you create an email sequence or campaign, you're required to have the unsubscribe button in there. If you don't do it, it's against the law. And because messenger chatbots are so new, some businesses I've seen do not actually have this. And even if you try to opt out, there is no way to do it. So as a business, if you're running, this type of chatbot campaigns and people cannot opt out, they will go and block you. And the more blocks you get, the more Facebook's gonna, try to ban you off the platform itself. So I would suggest that businesses talk to their developers if they have someone doing it, or if they're doing themselves, they should really have an easy way for users to opt out of the bot anytime they want. That's one. The next thing is businesses should keep the user experience in mind. When you're creating a chatbot message, it's not like, an email. It has to sound like a conversation. You mentioned this already, Juliette, so I'm just gonna go over it. It has to sound like a warm, personal conversation that you would have with a friend on Messenger. So which means you have to make sure the blocks of text are very short. You have to make sure that everything is to the point. The user doesn't have to scroll through blocks and blocks of text just to get to the point. So make it short, make it snappy, and make it fun. The next thing I would suggest is users should try to keep broadcasting and sending out messages to a suitable limit. They shouldn't go overboard. I would say a couple of times a week is ideal. Doing it every day is not good because I have signed up to a few chatbots and some of them were for quite popular influencers, and they would send me messages every day and that would piss me off and I couldn't even unsubscribe. So another, trigger that got me really annoyed. So make sure that you don't just use it as a marketing tool, use it as a way to build relationships. And once you do that, you will see that your users will not only use the chatbot more, but they will actually try to interact and they'll actually open your messages every time they see it instead of, swiping you to the X on their phone. So make sure you keep this in mind that you're actually interacting with humans and humans don't like to be bothered so much. So make sure everything you say is to the point and actually is valuable.
That's so true because, the most annoying marketing to date before messenger bots were introduced to me is SMS marketing, the texting.
Right.
I absolutely hate it. When I don't get too many texts, I don't have too many people texting me, right? It's usually my family. So let's say if my family is around me and I get a text, I get so excited. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so popular all of a sudden. And then it's a marketing message and I get angry. I just really hate it. So I so agree, and the messages, even the ads in the messenger that I only started noticing ads in the last week. I think it was only a week ago I saw my very first messenger ad, and it annoys me because it's invasive. So imagine if you're doing messenger bots, yes, once or twice a week is probably max, because you are invading somebody's space. And okay, if you are smart like me and you turn off the sound on your messenger on your phone, at least you're not getting distracted that much. In fact, I suggest guys you turn off all the sounds because that's digital distraction. Your brain, is affected by this. But even at that, getting messages from automated messages, we know we're not stupid. We know it's a marketing message, So you already have that kind of thing. It's like, yeah, I know it's a marketing, it's not personal. But if you're keeping it sweet, short, personal, valuable, and not too often, you will actually convert so much more. What you can do in addition to that, is definitely create a lot of content on your page or in your group or wherever you're subscribing people to your bots so they can see you online, because we are on Facebook. Newsfeed, is there, and the people are on newsfeed most of the time. So do think about, this kind of marketing, that you are not coming across as spammy, that you're using this as a support system and a conversion system because it's easier to convert, but you're actually producing content as in live videos, writing posts, so people can connect to you without feeling bombarded.
True, that's true.
Brilliant. Anything else? Anything like, there was one comment here, somebody, who was it here? Norman Norman Zahid. Do you know that name?
My brother, he's my brother.
He said he just set it up. He just set up the bots from scratch today. Did Maila help you? You did.
No, I didn't help him. I just gave him the link to, learn how to do it, but I didn't help him.
Look, the truth is that it's easy enough to learn the basic bots and install them on your page. It's easy enough. The problem that I find is, first of all, to create a really good converting sequence takes time. And also takes a bit of cop on, which sometimes it's a learning curve. And sometimes when you're a busy entrepreneur, you just don't have time to learn yet another thing. And therefore, and this is where I prefer, with anything like that, I prefer to find somebody who really knows what they're doing and get them to do it for you. Outsourcing will, considering that the bots, when they're set up and the message is right, the way they convert is so much higher. The opening rates are so much higher because, they're coming directly into the phone. Conversion rates are so much higher than, let's say, email. So you will get your clients signing up to your products. So that sort of service is definitely going to be paid off, and I really, guys, recommend you. But the basics are quite easy. Which chatbot system are you using, Maila?
Yes. So, like you said, it's very easy to set up a bot itself, but then when you try to actually infuse it with, good copy, and you try to actually implement a sales funnel, that's where it can get a bit tricky, because you have to find the right balance, you have to find that tone of voice, and you have to make sure that people do not feel as if you're just selling. So with all my clients, I make sure they're getting a lot of free value in the starting, so can take their subscribers slowly down the funnel. So, and I do this every day. So for me, I check out people's bots all the time. And most of the bots do not impress me because they were not able to take me from the free stuff to the paid stuff seamlessly. In between, there was a gap, miscommunication. I felt rushed or pushed. So the thing is, if you're not really good at writing your own copy, you're not really good at putting up your own funnels and your email sequences, then you will find a challenge with this. Setting up the bot itself is easy, but putting in the content is what is that would make the difference, and it's what's the tough aspect of making the bot.
And you just mentioned basically one of the mistakes is to either rush somebody or create a
Yes.
miscommunication. Is there any other kind of like big cock-ups that you can see with people doing it themselves? Like what
Mm.
mistakes are likely to be made when you don't know
Yes.
what you're doing?
Yes. Yes. And they also don't make the message personal. They don't make it very warm and friendly. It's like you're reading basically an email. There's no difference between the email and the bot message. I've actually seen that they try to make it a conversation, but it doesn't feel like a conversation. And some messages I have seen there is no emojis and that kind of stuff. You should add in the emojis, should add in the images, add in videos, all the multimedia that would actually make the bot itself seem more friendly and approachable. And another thing I would say is some people make the bot messages very vague. So I would receive a message from, an influencer who does health and wellness. And, in a couple of weeks, I had forgotten what she was doing. So I would keep on receiving messages and I'll be like, huh, what was she doing again? And I have to go to the page, take a look. And it was all so annoying because every time you send a message, they must be clear on why you're sending them a message. You should have a purpose in mind, a goal in mind. And some people don't have this. They're just sending messages on and off and on and off. And there is no I would say there is no link between one message and the other. There is no link between the bot and their business itself. They're just setting up bots for having a bot, the sake of having a bot. There is no purpose to it. You should have a purpose. You should know what you want the bot to do. It shouldn't be all over the place. So these are some of, the kind of things that I have come across.
No, this is brilliant. And as well, what you mentioned about the emojis and the video and the pictures, that's actually fun to get. It's much more fun to
Yes.
get something like this that's interactive. Another good idea is to send like a mini course, and you send once a day or once in every couple of days, you send a next module, once a week even. You can deliver courses over Messenger bots, guys. This is just why it's so brilliant.
Yes, you can.
You can create, like even at the start, you can say, would you like to find out 25 tips about, organic engagement? Comment below organic and I will send it to you. And, this is your 20 or day or whatever you said. That's your 20 messages you can send. And at the end of that, you can also send something like, oh, by the way, I just created this new document. Would you like it? And that's how you create this. So it's not really, forget about emails when it comes to messengers. This is like sending somebody a personal message on Messenger. I actually had a huge rant post on my personal page, on my personal profile there yesterday about Messenger and how people are communicating, how people are not realizing sometimes that, pointless chit chat. If it's pointless chit chat, it's invasive. I find it invasive, because we're still strangers. We're connected, but we're still strangers. You need to get to know each other through the posts first, and then you can connect. That's what happened with me and Maila. Now we're great friends, So I never said to Maila, who are you? I don't want to talk to you, or like ignore her messages. But she never sent me just hi, and that's the end of it, With Messenger bots, it's exactly the same. You have to think about it. So it's not like an email. We had a question there from Celine, but the question we kind of actually already covered. It's great to use Messenger bots. You can use it on its own, you can, but much better if you have a few different sides in your marketing. So you're using Messenger bots, you're using email marketing, and you're putting out awesome content on your Facebook, let's say, platform if you're using it. So it has to be a combination. I noticed that as well when I started my business, and I used Facebook alone, and it's only when I really started emailing and using email that's where you can really spill your soul. And well, my emails are very personal, so I would never talk at people. Talk to people, don't talk at them, don't give them lectures and everything. You need to create conversations. Organic engagement is all about conversations, actually engagement in general, and that's the success of how you're going to convert your customers as well, how they're going to relate to you. So that was very interesting, I thought. And guys, now if you want to find Maila, where do they go? How do they find you?
Right. So my website is hellomaila.com, and I have the free PDF that I was talking about, the lead magnet. It's up there, and there is a way to contact me as well. And they can also go to my Facebook page, which is Maila Zahid. You just type Maila Zahid and up, I will pop. So you can just go there as well. I am mostly active on Facebook, and they can find me on my website as well. But mostly on Facebook. If you're watching and you want to pop into Messenger and say hi, you have a question, I am totally fine because that's what I do. I help people understand Messenger better. So just come over, say hi, and I will try to give you the best advice possible when it comes to chatbot and doing marketing on Facebook and online marketing in general as well.
Now this is brilliant, guys. We're going to pop in the link to Maila's website into the description of this video, so definitely check out. And if you need someone really reliable, really awesome to look after your messenger bots, definitely contact Maila. She is your woman. By the way, she actually created a module in my course, Facebook Client Attraction, the fearless methods only experts use, which is awesome. And I know a few students are watching this now. Guys, go check it out. It's great. It gives you a great overview. So I'm going to wrap up on this. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Share this video if you know somebody who would benefit from some information about messenger bots. That would be great. Give us hearts, and I hope you have all a great day, evening, morning, or wherever you are. Maila, thank you so much for joining me. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Juliette. I had so much fun.
Me too. Thank you, guys. Bye. Bye.
Bye.